Another 10 recent sales, let's get into it. The first one is some spare and replacement Port Miriam Botanical Garden plates. These are quite sought after, this pattern. It's just a garden saucer, Botanical Garden pattern, quite generic, but £15 for 3 saucers. And I've done quite well selling other little bundles, so like a teacup, a spare plate, a side plate, like just little bundles of it, generally go for more than £10. So I always keep an eye out for that. These came from filler bags, it cost me £1. These Wedgwood Jasper little dishes, I have had 4 of these in the last couple of months. I believe they've all now sold. I sold this one on its own. I've sold some in pairs. But generally about £5.99 each I'm getting for them, and I pay no more than £1. Paperweights. This one came from, I believe, Dursley recently, the Dursley car boot. And I went round a few times. I first walked past the store, and they wanted £4 each. Because I walk quicker than everyone else, the other people I'm with, I go around a few times. By the time I went round last, they were then down to £1, so I grabbed a few of them. I always look for floral paperweights, ones with flowers in, because they seem to be the ones that sell the quickest. These were just very basic art florals, nothing, no structural flower, just sort of splodges. But it did have the pommel sort of mark on the bottom. And that went for 15. I paid £1. A unpolished marble vase. Now, I got this about 3 years ago in a big auction job lot where I filled my car for £100. It probably cost me 50p. I had it up for 30, no interest. Someone offered me 15. I took it, and I think that went on the GSP as well. But yeah, always grabbing marble, unpolished marble. It does sell generally okay. I didn't know how much to charge at the time, hence the £30. But just stick best offer on. Someone will send you something for it, and you can kind of gauge, I've had it for so long, I'll take it. This Robert Welch Trivet, I had it priced at, I think, £16, £17 originally. It just didn't shift, and I've been trying to shift things quicker, especially the stuff that doesn't break. Anything that's metal, wooden, plastic, stuff that's really quick and easy to pack, I'm trying to shift it quicker than the more breakable stuff. So when someone offered me £10 for this, I took it. I think I lowered it to 13, then someone offered me 10. I paid £1 from Steve's store. I'm always picking them up from Steve's store, probably 1 or 2 every couple of weeks. So yeah, really happy just to get this in and out, and I've sold one again today recently. So they do sell through. Trivets do sell well. I sell a couple every month. Playmobile, you might be wondering why is this on here at £6.99. I recently got into the market of buying Playmobile bundles on eBay and then splitting them up and flipping them. So selling the people in one bundle, all the animals, all the plants together, all the bases like this separately. And I've done quite well. So if you're looking for more smaller items, you can look at flipping Playmobile into standalone sort of single listings. You can buy job lots on eBay for some cheap money, split them up, sell them individually. It does do quite well. Now I'm highlighting this because this rock piece, I had no idea what it was, where it was from. It doesn't say where it's from, but someone in Canada brought this on the GSP saying they've been looking for years for it, and they paid $6.99, no problems. So yeah, just goes to show that there's a market in everything. Spares, replacements, Playmobil, Lego, that sort of stuff. People do want the spares. So it's definitely a market there for it. Teapots. I stopped buying teapots a couple of weeks ago. I'd say stop buying. I hadn't picked them up for quite a while, but I banned myself from buying anymore. I have a little section on one of my shelves. I think it can fit about 6 or 7 teapots in, and I decided it was full up. I don't want any more. And then this one out of the blue sold for $16.99, full asking price, no offer. The buyer was very, very happy. So I'm probably still not going to buy teapots, but there are still some gems out there, and I'm probably going to limit myself just to listing the teapots that I get with auction job lots. Because when you buy an auction job lot, there's pretty much always a teapot in there. Soup mugs. The market on these is really weird. I sell some every now and then. They don't fly out anymore. I think I had these in stock for a year, perhaps. I've got some in stock that I've had for maybe 2 years, and they haven't shifted. I did buy some more of this Sunday just gone, so I need to maybe stop or readjust my pricing. But these 3 went for 15. If you have 4 of them, you can usually get 20, so it does vary. 15 might be the new pricing point for me going forwards, but I generally pay about £1 for the 3 of them. Usually it's filler bag. If it's in a charity shop, they usually want $2.99 for a set. So there is money in them. They're just not fast sellers. Marks and Spencer bowl, just wanted to show, again, this pattern. I mentioned it in the haul you haven't yet seen. I always buy things with this pattern on. It's an M&S pattern. It's quite common, but it sells through very well, and people do really want it. So I'm still going to buy it. If you see it and it's cheap, it's something a little bit more unique, have a little go. See how you get on. This cost me £1 on Steve's store, sold for $18.99. This item you should recognise if you watch my hauls. This one is from like 2 hauls ago, and I got £20 for it, and it actually went back to Australia. So it came from Tasmania, and it went back to Australia, so really happy with that. It's signed on the bottom, paid £1, sold for 20. That was from Steve's store as well. And cutlery, I'm always grabbing any faux bone handled cutlery now, or EPNS stuff from Steve's filler bags, rummage boxes. There's always a box of cutlery, and for years I kind of ignored it, but now I just go through and pick out the EPNS. It's worth bundling. This stuff is worth bundling or selling singly if you have a few of them. £20 for 5 knives, I believe. Yeah, 5 knives, £20, really good. And that's everything. I'm going to see you all soon.